My name is Cantillo from Sulphur Springs, and I'm studying at Texas A&M Commerce. I'm studying accounting and business management. Well, my family's originally from New York, but yeah, I was born in Sulphur Springs. We kind of moved there and then back. Honestly, I love Texas more than New York. The city life is not for me. Early on, we'd get in a lot of trouble. It was the three of us, and we were just always used to being together. So like if anybody messed with any of the three, you were messing with all of the three. So, it was fun. We did a lot of crazy things and a lot of, like, for example, I remember one memory is like when my dad would go work on his car, we would go work on our three little battery cars and stuff, and we'd always mess them up, and my mom would always get on to us about it. But it's just kind of like what one thing did, we all did. I think living in Sulphur Springs was, in a way, just like a cheat code. Because like you always had a support system, like people always, wanted to help you. And when you're young, I think that's the best time because like people want to see you succeed. And I feel like in Sulphur Springs, like it was literally that. Like no matter who you were or what you were doing, people wanted to help. Honestly, high school was great. Like I really did enjoy my time in high school. I feel like I was the type of person who could literally walk up to any table at lunch and have a conversation with anyone. You could ask my coaches, no matter if it was in the off season or during the season, I wanted to be the hardest worker in the room, no matter what. So if we were in the weight room and somebody was doing 5 more pounds than me, I'd add a 10. Like I was that guy. Oh, junior year, I knew for sure 100% I was gonna play football in college. Like there was no doubt in my mind that I would have had a full ride to play football. I knew that I thought I was destined for a D1 scholarship. And then after my senior year, when I tore my ACL, all that went out the window.
Coming to his left. Nick Cantillo trying to get to it, he just throws that one away.
Oh, nice catch, young man.
Wow.
The moment it happened, I knew it was torn. I knew during the game. I still went back in and tried to play. I kind of didn't want to face the reality of it. And then after we got the MRI, when I got that phone call, it was like, I don't know, it felt like a piece of me was missing because I honestly didn't think I was going to be able to play again for a while. And so I was just sitting there like, I remember sitting in my room. I go to my room, I lock the door, and I asked God, I was like, what's next? Like, if it's not football, what is it? Because I knew, like, He wouldn't do it for no reason. So I knew there was purpose behind it. And so I didn't know if it was, gonna be a comeback story or something like that. And so it wasn't until I got to Southern Nazarene where it was like slowly started, or my senior year, offers slowly started to go away, and schools started ghosting and stuff like that after I had told them the situation. And so once I got to Southern Nazarene and I kind of experienced what college football was really like, it honestly wasn't something I was interested in. And I think it was because I never truly loved football. I loved the opportunities that it was gonna bring. And so that's why, like, when I heard about Brightstar, it was like something I wanted to do, but I was scared to do it. I'm gonna be honest, so I was sitting in my dorm room, Southern Nazarene, and I talked to a lot of my old coaches and stuff like that, and I kind of explained to them the situation of where I was at and how I wasn't really, I guess I wasn't satisfied with where I was, and I didn't really like where I was. I remember I talked to Miss Warren, and she told me, she said, there's Brightstar, that's still an option for you. And I was like, no, they don't give Brightstar scholarships to people like me. That's exactly what I told her, and she said, trust me, if you just apply, you have a chance. And I said, well, I graduated early, can I even do it? She said, I don't know, I'll figure it out. It was so last minute, it was nothing that I thought I was gonna do. Like, I had heard about Brightstar, once I graduated, I had heard about it, but I didn't know much. I just knew what was on the Facebook post. I just need to be myself. I was like, if I and myself, I'll be fine. And worst case, at that point I was in too deep, so I was like, worst case, you don't get it. Best case, you get it. And so I was kind of like, there's not a loss here. It was honestly the best conversation I've ever had in my life. It did not feel like an interview at all. We scheduled a Zoom call, and I'm like really nervous. Like this whole week, I'm so nervous. And then the day of, I remember I go get Starbucks, and then I go up to and rent one of the little private rooms, the little study rooms in the library. And I'm just sitting there for like 30 minutes. And then finally I open my laptop and get everything ready. And then I was just like, literally I tell myself, I said, it's game time. I was like, it's game time. And then she answers the Zoom call, and that's when they told me, and I literally started crying.
Here said you were an amazing young man, and I just wanted to congratulate you that you are a recipient of John Deborah Gillis Scholarship, Brightstar Scholarship.
It was like, I don't know, it was crazy. Like the feeling was insane. It just felt like, in a way, everything I had like prayed about and everything I had like complained about had all just kind of been wiped away. Cause like I no longer needed football. I remember I called Miss Warren. I was like, Miss Warren, I got it. And she was in there. I didn't know she was in there at the time. So it was crazy. She was like, she also told me the same thing. She was like, you deserve it. And so she was telling me congratulations and stuff like that. And it was just, I don't know, it was unreal. It was, even though we were so far apart, it just felt like everything was so close. Now that I have Brightstar, I can kind of do what I actually want to do, or what I feel like I'm called to do. And I never met John, but I know Deborah has a big heart. And so I'm sure that John's was even bigger. At first doesn't feel real, and honestly doesn't feel real for a while until I think the Brightstar ceremony, where like, you know, everything's like, you're really here, you know. You did it.